everybody, welcome back to the next episode in Project C.A.R, in which we will continue the removal of the rear seats and the carpet and Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode in Project C.A.R. So in the last one we started removing the interior. We took the front seats out and we took the back seats out. We still have a few things left to do. So as you can see by now it's been removed. So in this episode we're going to be looking at removing the last remaining bits of the rear seats, which are the panels that were mounted to the sides, the center armrest and the carpet. So as you can see in the small screen down below here, we took out the side panels. Unfortunately, because I opened the back door for some fresh air, the camera had its white balance slightly off and it turned out to be completely black inside, so you couldn't see anything. But basically what we're doing here is removing the two side panels, which are held in by two Phillips screws. There's one at the bottom front, there's one at the bottom of the top end, sorry. And then once you pull that out, you will see that the switch, the rocker switch, which controls the rear windows, the wiring for that, which can be easily popped out just by a flat screwdriver, nip it behind it, give it a little nudge and it will pop out. Once they are out, you can just put them aside, and then we'll get on with the center console. So hopefully you will enjoy this episode, and let's get going. Right, so there's a bracket and it looks like we need about an M10 socket, I think. So let's get those and get to work. These are in pretty bad condition. We'll probably replace them by the time we get to put these back in. Let's have a look. That's now loose. Let's have a look at the front. It looks like there's another bracket here, but I don't really see. Oh right, so there's a small Phillips screw here, which doesn't look like it's original, but it actually does. There we go, so the last one, little Phillips screw, and now we can lift them out. There we go. While we're at it, we might as well just remove the seat belts, which are held in by what looks like a nice big nut, probably 15 mil. So we'll grab that socket, see if we can get him out. I'm afraid it's then going to be a 17, which, yep, there we go. It's a good thing I grabbed that as well. So put the extension on for easier access, and let's get these off. These are just literally screwed into the frame. So we'll get a different box for that shortly where these can go in. Let's just leave the assembly as it is for now. That's still working, that's good. Number two. Get him out of the way. Okay, and now we can find the first piece of rust. So this is why I'm doing a full restoration, because I don't think this is the only piece of rust in the car. So it's not too bad, but so is my index finger, about half of it. But I'm sure we'll find plenty more. This is like foam, it's just glued. Oh, so really this is foam just glued on to the back of the car, which I think I'll just have to end up pulling off. So now that we've removed all the seats and part of the seat belts, our next step is to remove the carpet and finish off the dash. But what I've understand from it is that we might have to remove the windows first, so we'll have a look at that later on. But first, like I said, we'll remove the carpet, the other bits of trim, and that should clear up the interior quite nicely for us to see what we're actually dealing with. So the next step is to see what needs to be removed in order to lift this off. So I can already see there are some frames along the side which will come off with Phillips screws. We'll have to take those off first, then we'll have to remove the remainder of the seat belt that we left last time round. the center console unit will have to come off, possibly the handbrake, the seat belt mounts, and possibly a few other things that I haven't seen yet. So let's get to work. Right, so we'll start with the windowsill on this end, for which we'll need a Phillips screwdriver. So we'll grab that. Right, that's all the screws out, and this should come off. There we go. Now be careful with the sharp edges, you don't damage your paint or your interior if you're just doing a carpet swap. So we'll put that to the side. We'll leave it there for now. And then hopefully that's now loose. That's held down somewhere, which looks to be glued of sorts or melted in place. A bit odd. We'll have to take off the cover for the seat belt, which is with another big 17 size socket. So we'll grab that. I'll get that out of the way for a minute. So again, we'll put this in the box with the rest of the nuts and bolts that held in the rear seats. Now this unit is slightly bigger, so hopefully it's got a few washers there as well. So just reassemble it for now. Just holding it all nicely together. And then hopefully we can unclip this end somehow. Not entirely sure just yet how this works. We'll get to that later on. For now, we'll just put it in the back. But frankly, you begin to see what's underneath the sound insulation. So far, not too bad. So what we're going to do now, so we're going to remove the cover plate from the other door, from the right-hand side door, and then we'll have to remove the center console unit around the gear lever. We'll have to remove the seatbelt holders, or the other end of it, and the cover for the handbrake to see how that works. Then hopefully we can pull this out. There we go. Now that's loose as well. Good. We're getting there. Right, so the next step is to remove the seatbelt mounts of the seatbelt brackets. So I think we'll have to take a flat screwdriver and pop the cover caps off. That's one. And two. All this will go in the box for the seatbelt units, seatbelt parts. Again, looks to be a 17 size socket. Except that these are really, really rusty. Blimey heck. Oh, let's try this unit first. Actually, we're going to do it without the extender. Oi. Yeah, these are proper rusty. Whoa. I can literally feel the entire car shake as we do this. There we go. Whew. Wow. Now it's stuck in my socket. Well, you can see. Really, really rusty. So, unfortunately, I have to find a way to get him out because this isn't good. Right, we'll be back in a second once I've got this off. So, just a little bit of WD-40. Hopefully, that will loosen it up a bit. There we go. That actually worked. And luckily that came out straight away, so I'll just make sure we clean our tools before we continue so we don't get rust everywhere. And this is why I wear gloves, because it can be pretty dirty work. Alright, screw him out, and that's that done. So these two are now removed. I'll put him on the back for now. Next step is to see how he is kept in place. Oh, it's just a rubber that folds around it. Okay, hope. Okay, it's not too bad either. Just enough to get him off, and we'll undo the brake again. So he's now off. Next step is to remove the center console unit around the gear lever, and then we should be able to pull the whole carpet out. Right, so in order to remove the center console, we've got quite a few wires that will have to come off. Since I'm going to replace all this, I'm just going to pop them off, but you might want to take pictures and write down which goes where before you do this yourself, because you might be left with a lot of loose wires that really don't make sense on where they go. I'll have to pop them off on the other side. So these are the switches for the windows, the rear windows, because the front ones in my case are manual. The ones in the back are electronic. It's one side off. Oh, that's painful. It looks like I might have to take out the whole assembly. Actually, we can just unscrew it. Could have told me that before. Now that he's off, he can come off, and I think we're going to put it back for now. So let's clear out, and then we'll remove the carpet altogether. Right, so now that we've cleared out the front bit, what we're going to do is we're going to start at the right side and pull it out through the left door. At least that's the plan. So let's give it a try. Now, if yours is in really good condition, you want to maintain it. You might want to do this a little bit more gentle, but I'm struggling to see how to do that with this amount of glue. Might be able to steam it or something, I'm not sure, but it's worth doing a bit of research into that before we start pulling it out altogether. There we go. So what I've done is I've popped the top end of the exometer off. I'll try to show you with the second camera we've got. So what I did is I literally lifted the top end off, you can see there, pushed it down a little bit, and then it popped off because the cap that holds it in place is already missing, so that helped, I guess. So now we should be able to just lift it over the top, and then that can mean that the floor carpet is out. One floor carpet removed. And that's it, guys. There you go, at the end of another episode in Project C.A.R. So now that we've removed the seats, we've removed the carpet, it's now time to move on to the dashboard, which will be taken out in the next episode. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and if you haven't already, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channels, and share it with as many people as you can think of. Any feedback on how to improve things, or any questions you may have, comments, please do get in touch with me either through the comments below the video or send me an email or a message on Instagram. Love to hear your feedback and ways to improve the restoration channels or video material. Anything you can think of, please let me know. Hopefully I'll see you again at the next episode in about 2 weeks time, and we'll get working on the dashboard. So see you then. Bye.